Joining us with this fantastic flat hose. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Callie.
I know this sells very well everywhere it is seen, which includes other channels. But what we get to offer you today are these beautiful prints. There's a camouflage. There's this adorable ladybug, which is my favorite. Yep. I know yours is the paw print. And then we've got this really pretty red floral. So what's the difference between this hose and every other hose?
So we all like using hose pipes. No one likes putting them away. They can be heavy, they can be dirty, they can be really cumbersome. So there's a reason firemen use flat hoses. The flat hoses are ultra light, ultra flexible, and for the first time we've given special designs to make them really, really stand out. They don't kink and they don't freeze down to minus 30 degrees. So this is all your hose needs, and it is so light, Callie, it's 50 foot of hose, 1.6 pounds, including the brass nozzle.
Brass nozzle.
I've got one here with water in it, and that brass nozzle is also a fireman style nozzle. So I've turned this off using the nozzle alone. And now I'm holding this. I'm not particularly strong or big, but I'm holding this because it's so lightweight. Now if you watch with 2 fingers, I can use this nozzle and I can get it from a fine spray. So if you want to use it for your plants, your flowers, now watch this. I'm gonna turn it to full jet spray mode. So that brass nozzle comes with it. With 2 fingers, I can control it from a fine mist up to that really high spray nozzle. And I can turn it off and leave it, turn on at the spigot with that nozzle. Now,
wow,
I want to show you, if you've got a big yard, so if I'm gonna take this one, thank you. This is a camo, by the way.
Okay.
You can connect more than one together. So this is how easy it is. So we all know at the end of the day, putting a hose pipe away is such hard work. As I said, I'm not particularly big or tall or strong. I'm taking 50 foot of hose in seconds. I'm wheeling it up on this reel here. You can see that going there. And it is so simple to do. I'm just gonna take this from here, and there you go. So if you watch this, it's got all brass couplings, 1.6 pounds when it's done. And there's a reason firemen use flat hoses, because they are flexible, they are strong. And look at this, it's like a silk ribbon. So don't worry, if you did this with a rubber hose, this would be so difficult to do. Now, when you want to actually join them together, you literally twist.
Nice.
Okay? That's all it takes, is a couple of twists. And again, I'm gonna do another 50 foot. So if you're lucky enough here in Florida, you might have a big yard, or if you're in another state and you know, you've got to reach your hose from the front to the back. In seconds, here you go. This is a camouflage, which for the guys, Father's Day, camouflage hose is amazing.
And I love the red floral print. My favorite is the ladybug, and I know your favorite is the paw print.
I love the paw print. I've got a dog back in London. I love my dog. And these hose pipes are so easy to use. And now finally, the red floral. If you think Mother's Day is coming up, 12th of May, and you think, what can I get my mum? Something different. And the beauty of this, Callie, is it doesn't actually damage your plants or flowers when you put them through the bushes.
You didn't lay these out perfectly to show that it's just a flawless process of getting it back up on the reel. But you can see it's not tangling like a big rubber hose.
No, it's like a ribbon. And now,
yeah,
2 fingers.
That's 3 hoses.
That's 150 foot of hose.
You could do as many connections as you want, right?
As many as you want on 2 fingers.
Think about being able to, water down. If you've got a boat, like to get to the boat, to clean it after you've been on the water, or jet skis, or even with a high pressure, you could take care of some of the really nasty stuff that builds up on your pavers, the mildew after a long winter. And you said something really key, freeze-proof. Down to 30 degrees below 0.
So we've got an ice chest here. This is packed full of ice. Now, this has been sitting out here for a few hours. This is a traditional style hose, okay? Now look what happens with a normal style hose. We're all familiar with this. When it gets cold, they freeze solid.
And they crack.
They crack, they split. You might as well be throwing your money down the drain with the water when you actually have a regular hose that cracks and splits.
I think these hoses have seen their day. They have seen their heyday, and it's time to move on. I mean, gosh, that's literally been sitting in ice for hours.
Look at this, okay?
Are we gonna add water? Can we literally start seeing a water flow through that?
You can add water straight away. Look at this, there's so much ice in there. Thank you, Callie. So I'm gonna wind this up in seconds to show, look at that.
That's crazy.
Thank you for your help.
50 feet per hose.
So I'm gonna put this on here. Oh, it is so easy to do. And there you go, I've mended my reel. You can see now, I am winding that up 50 foot in a few seconds, and again, with one hand, I can hold 50 foot of hose. That's how easy it is to store and to manage.
So the flat hose is the key to me because that's what firemen use. They need something that's going to be always reliable and not kink up on them. Brass connection is another.
Brass
Let's
connections.
talk about the importance of that.
Absolutely. I want to show you the difference between a regular nozzle and a brass nozzle in a minute.
Okay, so the regular nozzle that you're about to see Lorna take handle of is so hard to use. To me, and I don't have arthritis, but this is really difficult. It's a very, very tense, like a lot of pressure to be able to get that nozzle to work.
I have brought all the way from London, first of all, you just saw there on the video how flexible it is. So this is from London. This is a traditional style garden hose nozzle. So if you look at this, it's a gun style. You have to hold it to get the water coming out. If you've got arthritis or dexterity issues, it's so hard to use. Now, our brass nozzle, which lasts for years and years and years.
And this is included.
It is a 2-finger tip control. Solid brass, that comes with it. And then, Callie, I want to show you using it again in the pool because it has such an easy way of going from that fine mist, so I could be watering my tomato plants, my herbs, my flowers, but if I want to wash the car, wash the decking, wash the patio, listen to the power of the hose. 50 foot of hose, all the way back with 2 fingers to turning it off fully.
This is the key to me. And you know what? It's not the hose that's providing that kind of power. It's this. It's the pressure through the brass nozzle that's included. And it's fingertip control like this. The one that I've had at home for the last year is plastic, and it leaks. Every time I go out to water my plants, it's like water everywhere. I am over it. Brass is the key.
It absolutely is.
In my opinion.
And then, if you took a rubber hose or a plastic hose, could you do this with it, okay? So this is what I've done. I've actually tied a knot in this on purpose. Look at that, okay? In seconds, it's because it's so flexible. That's why the firemen love this style of hose. I'm gonna show you one more time. I've tied a knot in it, so if you're ready, I've undone that in seconds.
That's pretty crazy. So a flat hose becomes what looks like a traditional hose, and it's a rounded hose once the water comes through it.
It does, Callie. It's the same diameter inside as a regular hose when it inflates, as you mentioned, but to have the options of patterns. So for the guys, amazing. The camo print. Remember Father's Day, what a great gift idea. Red floral, and this really stands out on the lawn as well, so you don't trip over your hose when you see that pattern. My favorite, the paw prints. If you're an animal lover or you know an animal lover, absolutely perfect.
Great pink paw print.
Really great pink. And then your favorite, the Ladybird, or you call them ladybugs, I think, over here. Ladybugs. And again, if you've got children or grandchildren and they love helping grandma or grandpa watering the garden and the plants, having a hose that's 1.6 pounds is so lightweight to use. And don't forget, you can use it for cleaning the windows, other jobs, and that's that fireman style nozzle. Look at that.
Very, very nice choice. This is a product that is sold so well. It's from a company that's very reputable called Belmont Gardens. If you want to research or do a little check on them, they have such good quality. And this is something, you said at 1.6 pounds is all the hose weighs. I don't know what a traditional 50-foot hose weighs in those old plastic versions, but I think they're like at least 4 times that, if not 5 times that weight.
And this has a polyurethane inner liner and a nylon outer. So it's also strong but flexible. It won't freeze, as we saw just now. Now I've just turned it on to show you the fine mist that you can get. But I want to ramp it up all the way to that high-speed jet spray with that brass nozzle. And if you have like today's TS, or if you have other things like a sprinkler, this has generic fittings, so you can use it to feed into those items.
On that note, you could take this hose and add it to your pressure washer and add that nozzle, and you've got like a whole different level of reach. Like to me, it's being able to reach that second story with the screens that get all full of cobwebs and salt and different things during the winter months. Thank you for your orders on this. We still have all 4 of the patterns. The camouflage, the red floral, we've got the pink paw print, we've got the turquoise ladybug print. These are just a quick little, it's just a chart. Ladybug is most popular. And I know that this is a 50-foot hose. We're just showing what the prints look like here. It comes with that brass nozzle in case you're just tuning in. I can't thank you enough for being here, Lorna.
Thank you, Callie.
The item for this is 649136. It's also available on FlexPay, so you pay for half of it. You get it delivered. We've got so much more to come. In fact, we've got a patented additional nozzle coming up. Oh, and so much more. Stay with us.